Hello, I'm Jo. Welcome to this Yin Yoga practice for the spine and the lower body. Please remember the three principles of our Yin practice are to come into the pose and meet our edge. Don't go beyond. Once you start to feel the stretch, just stay there. We resolve to find stillness, and then finally we hold the pose. We're going to give ourselves time in each pose up to 3 minutes so that we give the body a chance to open up, using the breath to settle the nervous system, to allow the body to relax all the muscles and the tighter areas of the body. So just be aware and stay observing of the body and your breath throughout the practice. If at any point you have any numbness, tingling or pain, please back out of it. Don't say to yourself, it's okay, I'm only here a little bit longer. Back out of it, make a suitable adjustment, or just come out of the pose completely. You will need a yoga strap or something that resembles it, and I will encourage you to already set it up so that you've looped it under and over through your D and O ring, so you make a nice big circle. We will need that towards the end of the class, and you'll need something that resembles a yoga bolster. Okay. So come into any seat that works best for you to begin with, so that we give ourselves a little bit of time to settle in, to ground ourselves. I like to sit kneeling with the bolster between my legs. It may be that you prefer to take a cross-legged seat. You could also sit up on the bolster in that position as well. Let's just close down the eyes together. Just start to breathe in and out through the nose. I know we're already breathing, but let's observe the breath, become more aware of it. And just give ourselves a few moments to acknowledge how we feel. Your next exhale, see if you can empty out completely. And then inhale through your nose, sipping in as much air as you can, nice and slow and fine. Pause at the top. Open your mouth, exhale, let it out with sound. Notice if the shoulders start to relax down more from the ears on your exhale, if the jaw softens. Pause at the bottom. Inhale again through the nose, sipping in as much air as you can. Fill up. Pause at the top, and then exhale out through your mouth. Every time you exhale, the body starts to relax, the mind starts to quieten a little bit more. Pausing at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale again through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale out through your mouth. Pausing at the bottom. And now inhaling through the nose, allow your natural rhythm of breath to take over again here. Just settling in with the breath. And if you're ready, we'll open the eyes and we'll come into our first pose. So if you're seated on your bolster, just going to move that out of the way. We'll take the right leg and extend it forward, and then bring the left knee on top of that right knee as much as we can for half shoelace legs. And then we'll twist here with the spine. So bring your right fingertips behind you, as far behind you as you can. Left hand is already towards the outside of the right knee. Lift your spine tall on your inhale, and then exhale, twist to the right. I'm going to stay for 2 minutes in our twist. With each inhale, see if you can bring the spine up a little taller. With each exhale, see if you can twist a little more from the shoulders, the chest, the rib cage. Noticing the stretch where you feel it the most. Is it more in your outer hip on the right, or is it through the whole spine? Maybe it's both where you feel it most. Let your breath and your body be your guide as much as I am today. And for each pose, I invite you to close down the eyes if that's suitable for you today. It gives us the opportunity to go a little more inward. Remember, every time we move in and out of a pose, we take it slowly. Start to unwind from your twist. And then switching sides with the legs. Extend the right leg now and bring the left knee as close to on top of that right knee as you can. For some of us it might be higher up, it might also be a little further out. It's not a problem as long as you're feeling a stretch in the outer hip on the left this time, and then taking a twist to the left, bringing your left fingertips as far behind you as you can, bring the spine up tall on your inhale, right hand already comes to the outside of that left thigh, and then exhale, twist to the left. You could keep the hand to the thigh or you could extend it. Find a variation that works best for you. I'm guiding you, but your body will also find the best way to bring yourself into the pose as well. And taking your time, unwind from the twist. Bring the hands back, step your feet wider than your hips, knees up. Lift the spine up nice and tall along with the chest, and then just drop the knees from one side to the other. See if you can reach full range of the movement, especially on the internal hip rotation. Going again a couple of times, don't rush it. And bring the knees up, setting up for dragonfly, a really small We're not going too wide to begin with. It's a small V. I'm going to invite you to bring the bolster underneath your knees for a little support so we don't go too far, too deep, too quick. And take the feet up. Allow that bend in the legs so the knees are resting on your bolster now. And then we'll take eagle arms so that we can stretch across our shoulder blades. So we'll bring the left arm on top of the right. Option 1, you take hold of the shoulder blades. The shoulder blades pull apart away from each other so you feel the stretch there. Option 2, the backs of the hands meet, or 3, the palms meet. If you have the hands reaching towards each other, you're going to reach your fingers away. And then together, whichever variation you have with the arms, just round the spine forward and let the head be heavy. It might be that your arms rest on your bolster. So we're 1.5 minutes with the cross of the arms this way. We're keeping the legs. Just allow the feet to be soft and heavy. Just bring the spine up, keep the legs, open the arms out, take a breath in, and then switch the cross of the arms. So right arm on top of left this time. Option 1, find the shoulder blades. You're encouraging them away from each other. Option 2, the backs of the hands meet or the palms meet, and then together reach the fingers forward if the palms are meeting, everyone rounding the spine forward. Maybe your forearms or elbows rest on your bolster. 1.5 minutes with the stretch of the arms the other way. Okay, unraveling the arms and bringing the spine up. Open the arms wide. We're going to take it into a full fold down the middle without the arms now. If this is already enough on your inner thighs and your hamstrings, you can keep your setup of the legs exactly as it is with the bolster where it is. If not, turn the bolster lengthways, keep it between your legs, take your legs a little wider if they're ready for that. And then option 1, you could stand your bolster up and around the spine and rest the forehead on your bolster. Option 2, bringing it down, resting the forearms, maybe chin to your hands. Or some of you might already be ready to lay down. Set yourself up. And we're 2 minutes here. Remembering to just allow the feet to naturally fall outward or inward. Softening through your kneecaps, softening into the glutes. Let gravity and time take you deeper. Don't force anything. Nice and slowly, bringing your spine up. Use your hands to bring your spine up. So in total there we had 5 minutes in our dragonfly pose. Bring your hands behind the hamstrings, sit back a little onto the sits bones, slide the feet in, and just pause a moment here. Maybe bring the forearms underneath and take hold of your hands, clasp the fingers. Our next pose is swan pose, or if you know vinyasa, pigeon. If pigeon or swan pose isn't for you, you can take it to 90. 90. We can bring the bolster up towards the top of your mat. And then if you're setting up for 90, together we'll bring our right shin forward. Doesn't need to be totally parallel to the top of the mat. And then taking your left leg out. So we're trying to create as much of a 90 shape of the legs as we can. You might need to stay upright to begin with. This might be enough, and you stay upright the whole time. If at some point, if it feels good for you, you could rest your forearms, head on the bolster. Those of us that want to take it to swan, you keep your right leg where it is and take your left leg back. So it doesn't matter again how far away this heel is or how close it is to your groin, as long as you're feeling the stretch in that outer hip. Now normally I would suggest that we keep the hips squared off down the middle, but if it feels good for you today to roll onto your right hip a little bit more, go there. All right, fold down and stay upright. I'm going to be here for 3 minutes, so make sure that you can find your little sweet spot where you can be comfortable but you feel the stretch, a place where you can have the stillness without needing to keep moving or adjusting. whilst you're in your swan pose, I'd like to share some thoughts with you. Yin Yoga is certainly simplistic in its nature, but far from easy. For some of us, it will always feel easier to be constantly moving rather than being still, or filling life with noise and not permitting moments of quiet. Society will subtly encourage us to not confront discomfort. It's only through those moments of stillness and quiet that we can grow and evolve as we have space to feel and to understand who we really are. Our practice of Yin Yoga is much more than passively stretching. It's a practice that invites time for self-awareness, time to understand what is holding us back. And for some of us, it will require us to be patient, open, and amenable to sit with it and try. If you folded down for your swan or your 90-90, use your hands to bring yourself up. Sit all the way onto that right hip and bring the left leg forward. And again, we're just going to take both feet wider than hips, and maybe it feels good to just drop the knees side to side again here. Or if you prefer to sit upright and just hold underneath the hamstrings again, it might even feel good to stretch out your legs, just anything that you feel your body needs to counteract before we move on to the other side. I'm going to start the setup already. Just take your time. If we're going to 90-90, even if we're going to swan, we're going to bring the left shin in front this time. Heel could be further away from us, or it might be closer. And then if we're going to swan, take the right leg back, extend it, and then you could stay upright to begin with, untuck the toes. Eventually, whether you're in your 90-90 or your swan, you might feel comfortable to lower to the forearms. Starting the timer now. Remember, in our yin, we don't necessarily have to bring the hips squared off. If it feels better and it feels more of a stretch to rest more towards the left hip this time, maybe not all the way, but see how it feels to just maybe shift the weight from one side to the next and see which is working best for you. And then see if you can find your stillness there. If you fold it down, nice and slowly, bring the spine back up. Rest all your weight now onto your left hip so you can swing the right leg around. And again, counteract any way that feels best. Maybe you just want to drop knees side to side, or it could be that you want to just shake the legs out a little. Okay. Preparing for our next pose. Our next pose will get a side body stretch, a quad stretch into the hip flexor and inner thigh, outer hip. Okay, so lots of things going on with this one, but it can feel quite comfortable. So bringing yourself onto your belly, you'll take your left leg out to 90 degrees. So there's your hip opener right there. And then extend your right arm and turn your chest to the left so you can rest your ear on your arm. Left hand can stay alongside you. And then we're going to find a quad stretch by picking up the right foot. Now you can keep the foot as it is without supporting it with the hand, or it might feel good to reach for the top of that foot and then see if we can bring the heel a little closer to our glute. So we're here for 3 minutes. It could be that you start off without holding the foot. Just see if you can maintain the right thigh turning down. So although the chest is turning to the left, your right thigh still faces down. Slowly release the foot if you have hold of it, and then sit your left hand back down, extend your left leg. Go onto the belly, take a moment here, and then we'll set up on the other side. So take your right leg out to 90 degrees, and then extend the left arm, turn your chest to the right now, but keep the left thigh facing down to the mat. Right hand can stay alongside you as you pick up your left foot. You could stay here. Maybe over time you reach for the foot, or maybe you reach for the foot already. And then bring the heel in towards your glute. Nice and slowly, take your time, release the hold of the foot. Come back onto your belly and then re-extend the right leg. Just place one hand on top of the other, rest your head there a moment. Maybe move the heels in and out. Okay, for our next pose, you might want your strap. When I've taught this pose in person this week, we had a little fun getting into it. If you don't want to use the strap, I'm just going to show you option one. Option one is you'll take your Sphinx pose. You could even have the bolster underneath your rib cage to keep you lifted. And then forearms down, elbows slightly forward of your shoulders. Feet can be down or feet can be lifted. Either way, we want to have some compression in the lower spine here with this one. So chest lifted, feet lifted, only if it's suitable for your spine. Okay. If you wanted to work with this, with the strap, just take a little look as to how we need to get into this pose. It's not graceful, I'll be honest. So you'll start off on your back, and it may be that you need to make some adjustments with the strap to bring it into the correct position, the correct length for the loop. So we're bringing the strap towards the creases of our ankles and then lifting the toes towards the shins so that we can kind of keep a little grip of the strap there. Keeping the legs bent and keeping the feet together. You want to hold your strap, make it taut so you bring it higher up towards your chest, and then coming onto your belly. And as I said, you're still holding the strap near your belly or your ribs, and then coming onto your forearms. So setting up, starting off on your back, or sitting up with the legs bent and bringing the strap into your ankle creases, keeping the feet flexed so that you can keep a little hold of it there. And then with the legs still bent, roll onto your belly. Your other hand is holding the strap close up towards your belly, maybe a rib cage. And if it's not enough, if you're not getting enough of a quad stretch, you might want to hip pause and then adjust your strap, tighten up a little bit. See how it feels. The feet can be together, but you're pressing the feet, allowing the weight of the feet to press into the strap. And then prepare the upper body once you're all set up, coming onto the forearms. So those of us that were already on the forearms set up, you could come out of the pose a little sooner if you like. Keep the chest lifted for me. And then just allow the weight of the feet to be taken by the strap here. Sometimes in our Sphinx pose, it might feel good to just allow the head to be heavy rather than having the chin parallel the whole time. You might even want to draw circles with the head. Find something that feels good for your neck, for your cervical spine. And the whole time in this pose, the thighs are pressing down towards the mat. And chest is nice and lifted. Okay, if you have the strap, the easiest way to come out would be to just roll onto your side and then move the strap out of your way. Okay, just lay on the belly all together for a moment, and again rest your head on your hands. Allow the heels to move in and out, and notice how it feels on your low back right now. bring yourself up nice and slowly to a tabletop position. To counteract that pose, we'll take cat pose by rounding the spine up, and just hold that a moment. Okay, come to a seat. Have a little look at our next pose. It might be completely new to you. If you know thread the needle, that will be our option 1 with half wide legged. If not, we could come a little more onto the shoulder and towards the back of the head, really opening into the scapula and the spine for rolling panda pose. So I'll show you the first option, thread the needle. So we're going to take the left leg out to the side, toes face forward. So this thread the needle is half wide legged as well. Left hand stays underneath the shoulder, and then you're going to thread the right arm under and come to rest on your ear, on the side of your head. Okay? So this might be enough and you'll stay here. We're only going to do this for 2 minutes. The next option would be you pop up onto your left fingertips. You start to roll a little more towards the back of the head. That left leg, the foot slides in with you. And once you've met your depth, before you start to roll all the way, move your left hand towards in front of your head, and then you're going to turn right underneath and gaze up, or shut the eyes but turn your face upward. All right. I need to set the timer for us whilst we're here. Please make sure that when that left leg slided in with you, that the toes didn't lift. You need the foot to be down even though it moved with the hips. That will be an anchor, a bit of a support for you. So this pose will get into the thoracic spine, open across the upper back, and in the cervical spine. Nice and slowly press into your left fingers, unravel the spine and come back to a tabletop position. And set it up for the other side. So we'll start with right leg coming out to the side, toes facing forward. Right hand stays under the shoulder as you thread the left arm under, and then rest on your side of your head. That's your option 1. Option 2, you come onto your right fingertips. You start threading that right arm under a bit more. The hips start to move towards the left so that you can turn more your chest to turn upwards, coming closer to the back of your head, and then take the right fingertips and move them in front of the crown of your head and turn more onto the back of the head so the face is now upward. Setting the timer now, and please make sure that as your hips moved and pulled that right leg over, that your toes remain down. And if you rolled all the way onto your back, then I guess you've taken rolling panda to its full version of its name. Okay, bring the right fingertips back alongside your face so you can see them. Press into the fingertips, push on up. Find a tabletop position, and now we'll move in and out of cat and cow, lowering the belly and chest and rounding up to the spine. Sinking breath to movement, go at your own pace. Just in and out of cat and cow. And then finding a neutral spine, come onto your backs. Grab your strap. Okay. So we're going to bring the strap underneath the knees and prepare for our hamstring hammock. So you can use a strap or not. I mean, you can use it in different ways. So we'll keep the right leg extended with the back of the knee on the bolster, and take the left leg up, bring the strap around the sole of the foot, and you could hold the strap each side with your hands, but make sure your triceps stay down. The other version would be to create your hammock, lift your head, and then bring the strap around the back of your head, not the neck, okay? And then see how that feels. You can adjust the strap, make it tighter, make it looser. And I'll start the timer. We're here for 3 minutes. You let the head be heavy if you've got the hammock situation going on. And if it's too much with your right leg extended, know that you can always bring the foot onto the mat with the knee pointing upwards. Allow a bend to happen into that left leg as much as you need it, as long as you're feeling the hamstring stretch. Maybe you notice the head getting heavier and heavier. I know that's what I've noticed. The heavier the head gets, the more relaxed there, the more the foot comes closer towards you with the leg. Okay. Release the strap from around the head. Let the head come back down and bend into that left leg, and then re-extend it. Just observe how it feels on the left side before we go into the right. Keep the left leg extended, bring the right leg up, bring the strap around the foot, and you can just hold each end of the strap, keep your triceps and shoulders down and take your hamstrings stretched that way. If you want to create your hammock, bring the strap around the back of the head, let the head begin to weigh heavy, encouraging the leg towards you, bend it as much as you need to. Settle in for our 3 minutes. If it's more preferable for you to not have your left leg extended, the option is always there for you to step your foot down, knee pointing upwards. If one side is tighter, your hamstring is tighter than the other, adjust the strap. The setup for one side might need to change for the other. Release the strap from around the head. Bend into that leg and then re-extend it so both knees are now on top of, backs of your knees on top of your bolster. Just observe how the legs feel. Then lift up onto your forearms, bring your spine up off the mat. We're going to take a heart opener. So bring your bolster lengthways now behind you, and then situate the edge, that short edge of your bolster towards your low back. Keep the feet down, knees up to begin with, and then using your hands, just slowly lower the spine all the way onto the bolster. You have options here for the legs. Feet down, knees up, legs extend. Or maybe you want a hip opener with recline butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Together with the arms, take them wide. Option 1. Maybe over time, option 2, you bring them up and overhead, resting one hand on top of the other. If you took the legs out wide into reclined butterfly, bring your hands to your thighs and encourage slowly the knees back up the feet on the mat. You're going to press into your forearms, lift your spine up again, and then prepare for our final pose, Shavasana. A nice setup for Shavasana with the bolster is bolster underneath the knees and supporting the legs there, and then use your hands, bring yourself all the way down onto your back. Give yourself space, take the arms out either side of you, let the feet fall out. Snuggle the shoulder blades a little closer so the chest begins to lift. Tuck your chin a little towards your chest. Take a few breaths here together. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let everything soften. Let all the muscles begin to relax. Let the body feel heavy. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Surrendering to these final moments of stillness. staying in your Shavasana, holding space for quietness of the body and of the mind. Observing the body, observing the breath, sounds around you. And there's a beautiful gentle breeze here in my garden today. Keep the eyes closed. Or just take yourself onto your side body. Bring yourself into fetal position, hugging the thighs in towards you, rounding your shoulders towards your knees. Pausing there a moment. Use your hands to bring yourself up. Find a seat that is comfortable for you. We'll close off the practice by bringing our hands together in Anjali Mudra. Gratitude for our mind, body, breath connection, sending love and light to everyone. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Thumbs to third eye. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this yin practice brought you peace and a sense of stillness and quietness of the mind and the body, and gave you space to acknowledge a true sense of yourself. If this worked well for you, maybe try another one of my yin classes, or if you want to swap it out for the opposite, a little more energizing practice, try one of my vinyasa classes. Okay, till next time, thank you so much for your support. Hit the like and subscribe, that really does support my channel. Make a little comment on how the class went for you. I really appreciate the support. Thank you again. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.